Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Now, creative director Onukwubiri describes 1407 Style as a local brand with global appeal. In the 7 years the brand has been in business, it has garnered fans as well as collectors, both locally and internationally, with affordable pieces which stand the test of style and time. Here to tell us how they've been able to stand this test of time is creative director Ugo. Welcome to the morning show.
Yeah, it's great. You did a perfect job.
I saw you blushing. Like, yeah, this is me. You look really nice, by the way.
Tap the writer, tap the writer. No, but seriously, you look amazing, though.
Thank you.
And you've been doing this for what? How many years?
7 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It's been an interesting 7 years because when I started, I worked in corporate Nigeria. So I had to do both of them. And then I left corporate Nigeria, I think, 2016 to do this full time.
Amazing. You know, there's been a lot of flash in the pans. People come out with one collection in 2005, and then in 2006, you're looking for them. They're like, they moved on.
Sometimes, and then also, the consistency is just not there sometimes. You see, you fall in love with a designer, and then
they fall in love with something else.
Yeah. You know, is it almost like there's one-hit wonder kind of bug in
it's
fashion
not necessarily one-hit wonder. I think what it is sometimes you have to be honest with yourself with what you can do and what you can't do. I don't have daddy's money at home. So I figured I would have to work in corporate Nigeria to save up a bit to run a business. Because a lot of people look at fashion and see the glitz, the glam. But it honestly is a business. It takes a lot out of you. There are bills to pay, you have staff, you have overhead costs, you have to buy fabric, and knowing that some of it is not produced here, you have to buy in bulk. All of these things are cost. So you find people who have fantastic ideas, amazing ideas, but then they do the one collection, like you said, and they realize, man, the work that goes into this thing is not here. So that's sometimes what happens.
How has the fashion industry changed since you started? Because you've been doing this for 7 years now.
Interesting. It has actually changed quite a bit. I'm really proud of where where we're going.
So this is your collection?
Yeah.
Is this the latest collection? Because
this was shown last year. It was shown last year at Fashion Finest.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
Those are pictures of that coming.
Yeah, so tell us about the evolution of the fashion industry.
We've come from where, it was always just... In fact, we started from where people didn't want to wear made in Nigeria things to where people actually actively seek out made in Nigeria pieces these days. Like, it's actually a thing when you say, oh, this is made in Nigeria. I remember one of my customers, she lives in Germany, and she goes, please make sure that the tag says made in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, and that for me was a thing. It warms my heart because you start to realize, we're getting to that place where we have people are recognizing what we do and they're proud to be associated with it, which wasn't exactly the case, a while back, but we're growing. We're getting better. We see our finishes and everything are beginning to compete on the world platform. So yes, that's good.
So we've talked about this a lot on the show, but I want to get your own opinion about it. Appropriation. So we see like designers abroad using Ankara or Ashoke or something, and the whole world just goes crazy. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like people should be paying attention to Nigeria and just ignore these people and these people should stop? Or do you feel flattered, like, you know what, they're using Ashoke and it came from Nigeria? I'm
divided on it, and this is why. If we are going to be honest with ourselves, Hollandis, which is actually like the core print that our parents before us used, is European, it's not actually African. We like it because of the bells and whistles and the colors of it, but it isn't actually ours in the sense of it. But then we've taken it on and it's become a part of our culture. I mean, I'm sure my mother has a box somewhere with like plenty tons of like, do you understand? Ashoke, the woman that weaves clothes, the Akwete fabric, yes, I mean, that's done locally, but it is flattering, I think, that someone would look all over. I mean, I think Stella McCartney put out a collection recently, and everyone was... I'm like, no, we should be happy. We should be celebrating this. We should say to ourselves, you know what? They have looked at us long enough to say, wait, what are these guys using, and how come it always looks this good? Let's try it out. I think however you want to take it, it's flattering to us. It may not originally be ours, but we have made it a staple on the world stage. So it's something we should be proud of. It's something to say, you know what, tap on back. We done good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do you think the issue really lies with the price tag?
The tag.
Because if a Nigerian makes something like that, they're not about, they can't actually say, oh...
$1,500.
Yeah, people will say that's ridiculous here in Nigeria.
To be honest.
But the people are now doing that, but you'll see people say, oh, I'd rather buy something from Harrods that's $1,500, £1,500 rather than a
local designer.
Yeah, and maybe people like Diola Sego.
Yeah. And even the Ghana Must
There are
Go
not that
bags.
many of them.
Who did the Ghana Must Go bags?
Oh, yeah, was it
Louis Vuitton that did those?
Was it Vuitton? It wasn't Vuitton.
Or Prada or something.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
The Ghana Must Go bag.
It's a
like
print
guys.
that we're used to.
Yeah, but it's not actually Nigeria.
Exactly.
But
Because you use it all the time doesn't make it yours.
It's actually Louis Vuitton. It wasn't
Yeah,
Vuitton.
it doesn't make it yours. Because you use it all the time, it does not make it yours.
Use it the most.
Yeah,
No,
whatever.
we are guilty of appropriation. then, because
Absolutely.
We've actually been taking... Okay, in Holland, do they actually use this fabric a lot?
I think they do. I think they do, but not in the way that we use it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so while we will do your wrapper and your blouse and all of that, I think they do something more European.
Yeah, because Sound of Music, they made the dresses from the curtain.
I don't think it's curtains, but like I'm sure they probably use it as bags and all of that. Which is why if you notice, a lot of Nigerian designers that use a lot of print sell a lot in Europe. Because they like a bit of that, of that culture brought back into what they wear. Right. Back to what you were saying about pricing. There are certain fabrics and patterns that are not done commercially. So a house, maybe like Stella McCartney, can say, okay, you know what? Yes, I want to print, but I want this print and I want a limited quality. So now they can put a price tag on what they make out of it, as opposed to a 1407, for instance, that will go and buy fabric at Daviva. I may try to do some things to manipulate it, but the truth is, you can still walk into Daviva and buy that fabric for, say, 6,000 to 7,000 naira. Yeah. So when you think about it in that way, you realize, yes, it may be a print, but it's a limited quality done, and so it costs the house a lot more. Right. Hence the price tag that you have on it.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's segue into 1407 Style. So when I saw 1407, I was like, oh, his birthday is on the 14th of July. But you've debunked that.
Yeah,
it's not.
No.
What's the story behind the name?
Okay, so it's one of those things where it's a number that's been around me for quite a bit. So my official birthday is 15th of July. I hear my mom went into labor on the day before. Right. Yeah, and that whole long story. And then I think
Swanky Jerry, the stylist.
Yes.
In 1407.
Yeah, that's a 1407 kimono.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep going.
And that's him again in, I think that was Arise. Yeah, Arise Fashion Week. Yeah, this is the last day.
Oh, that looks so good.
When I was in secondary school, I had 1, 4, 0, and 7 in my numbers. And then in uni, my matriculation number is DE 991407.
Ah.
Now, what's funny is when I was going to name my brand, I wanted to name it something totally different. I was going to write extreme or one of those words.
Maybe because you had sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly. So I was looking for a permutation version of that, but it just didn't sit. So I'm lying on the couch at my parents' house in Abuja, and so I write 1407. I draw an eagle, because Ugo actually means eagle. Okay. I draw an eagle on top of it, and I fall asleep. So I wake up in the morning, look at my sketch pad, and that's what I see. It's like, there we go. That's what we're going with.
That sounds so divine. I fell asleep when I woke up. So how do you describe your style? Who is the 1407 person?
Obviously, someone who has a sense of style, but is not afraid of fashion.
Okay.
I always think that if I made something, it would have to be something that sat well with me, because I feel like my clothes are like children. And so like everyone that, I call them collectors and I don't call them customers anymore. Okay. Most collectors, I feel, have my children in their spaces. So I love an androgynous cut. So I like things like, for ladies like you can go to your man's wardrobe and pick and not feel uncomfortable. I mean, if I saw this tunic in your wardrobe, I'm like, okay, jeans, exactly. So that's what I push for. When I trained on how to sew, obviously that wasn't what it was, but I realized a lot of people have very restrictive lives where they already wear things that they have to be restricted. That's owned by a firm, the one in the green.
Nice.
Yeah, she's on holiday in a cover-up, yes.
Okay.
You want to have comfort, you want to have relaxed looks, you want, to be able to just wear something, look comfortable. Catch Me If You Can,
Catch Me If You
Jessica.
Can,
Yeah, when she was in the
yeah.
country. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was
Okay.
really
Wow.
good.
So we can see your style showing
Yeah.
in all your pieces, you know. So how can people how can people get these pieces? You know, I would like to cop one.
Hey, majorly we sell off my Instagram handles.
Okay.
14 in figures, 07 in words.
Yeah.
That's major. We do a lot of pop-ups.
Okay.
Hopefully we should have a pop-up very soon.
Do you have a store?
Not a physical one.
So
yeah.
how is it working with pop-ups and what's
Instagram.
what would you say the advantage is not having brick and mortar?
Bills. Bills. I will not ever lie to you.
Yeah, all of that.
Bills.
All of
Because if
that.
you want to rent a space, like, for instance, Lekki, I should be looking at nothing less than 1.5 million or 2 million. And then there's the generator, then there's diesel. I mean, it comes with its own advantages where people know that they can readily see you.
Yeah.
I am lucky and I'm thankful in the sense that, like, there's a pop-up, it's called Mente, that I've done for almost 2 years now. And it sort of has built credibility for me because, like, a lot of my custom collectors have realized, okay, if I go at the first of every month, Ugo will be there, 1407 will be there. So that has sort of built credibility for me, and it's helped a lot. Okay. It really has helped a lot, yes.
Amazing, amazing. So what's your Instagram handle?
Yeah.
It's at 14 in figures, 07 in words.
Okay, 1407.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's all from Ugo, a man doing amazing stuff. We're going on a break now. When we come back, the fabulous singer Dina Ade will be here with us. Don't go away.